All righty. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Monday, June. I think today is, what is it? Today's June 10th. I had to think about what day it was. It's Monday. I know that much. Oh, all right. I have a lot to cover today, and someone had asked about joint and muscle fatigue and discomfort, and I'm like, well, that's a really super good topic, and because that is something dear to my heart, because I suffer from this all the time, every single day. And so for me, it's a huge thing, and I know I do a lot of things for that problem, and I'll explain that a little bit more. But thank you for joining my continuing education. This is every Monday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time. I love to be able to come to you and show you and give you options of what you can do for your wellness, because that's important for us to know that we have choices, because a lot of people have no clue that there are choices out there, right? We go to a doctor, we get diagnosed, and then the doctor says you have to do X, Y, Z, and it's like, so but do we really have to do that? And is that the only option that we have? A lot of times there are other options. So what this is all about is about a lifestyle change. It's not about just not using Western medication or Western ideas, but what it is to look at the situation. What can I use simple and safe, fast acting, and can get to the root cause of whatever's going on, instead of just masking like Western medicine does. So first, a little bit about me. I actually left the dental field after 30 years, and I am really grateful that someone shared with me a sample for my back. And she also shared samples for other ailments, because she asked me, who do you know that has a problem? It's like referrals, right? And I was blown away at what that little tiny sample could do. For me, I have scoliosis, and I was diagnosed when I was 12. I do not take medication. I am not a medication taker. I just don't like medication, never have. I've always been the one to, oh, there's got to be another way. And when I could not even stand up straight, and that's not a good thing when you're a dental assistant, I was so bad, and someone suggested chiropractic at that time, and I was like, oh, there's no way that I want to let someone just take their hands and manipulate my neck. The thought of that was just awful. But, however, I decided that what the heck, right? And so I went, and it was like, he was very, at the beginning was like, I don't know how much I can help you, but I know I can help you. Because I was out 26 degrees at that time. Well, no wonder I could stand up straight. And so we went through a series of a lot of grilling days going to the chiropractor. Well, after that point, someone decided to share the essential oils with me, and I was like, huh. But when I discovered how well it worked for me, I was like, okay, I need to find out more about this, because I had no idea. So we don't know what we don't know. So that's what I'm here for, is to help you know more things and the choices. And I am super grateful and have no idea what that little sample would do for me and how it has changed my life, seriously changed my life. And I have countless stories of others who have been blessed with these products, and it has super changed their lives as well, just like mine. So today we're going to discuss arthritis, discomfort in the spine, the joints, everywhere that our body I mean, our whole skeletal muscle, the whole skeletal has muscles on it, right? So what do you do for all of that? Well, luckily we have tons of options. So I was like, what do I talk about first? So I'm going to talk about what I do on a daily basis, and then we're going to talk about more of what other things that you can incorporate into your daily life. So again, this is about a lifestyle change. This is not a one size fits all, okay, or one size fits all, and it's not that little blue pill that's going to work overnight, okay? If we have those types of issues, typically it's going to take some time. It took time to get to that problem, so it's going to take time for us to create something new or something better, right? We have to have time to let our bodies heal. So let's think about what we do on the inside first, and then we'll talk about what we do on the outside. And I am a big advocate for doTERRA, as if you probably already know this if you've watched some of my other videos. And I trust what doTERRA does for us and what they do with their products. It's that trust of the integrity of the product and knowing that we get a 100%, like it says on the bottle, and there's a difference when it comes to that 100% when it comes to other essential oils out there, okay? Not saying that there are other good essential oils, but if you want something for medicinal purposes, I hope that you will look at doTERRA, because doTERRA, that's what it means. It's about our health. It's not about the almighty money, where a lot of companies have sprung up in the last few years that they're all about the money. They want in on that wave, right? And so you really have to watch what you're doing, trust the source you're getting them from, trust the person that's using them, okay? Don't just go and get them off the shelf unless you just want some fragrance, okay? Now, you can use them aromatically, you can use them topically, you can use them internally. You have to know whether or not it's meant to use internally. And when you're using any essential oil internally, is get your education, because less, more often is better than more, less often. Because we're in a world where we think that we should have more, right? Well, when it comes to essential oils, especially doTERRA, it's so potent and pure that you really don't need a full drop most of the time, unless you're actually using it as a blend or you're using it internally with a capsule. Then that's a different story. So please make sure that you always read the label first and know that less is better. Like peppermint, for instance, that's everyone's familiar with peppermint. So peppermint, 1 drop of peppermint is equivalent to 28 cups of tea, okay? So don't use so much, 1 drop. 1 drop has trillions of molecules in it, okay? Trillions. I know that sounds far-fetched, right? It's like, oh, no way. Trillions of molecules, 1 drop, right? Now, we have billions of cells in our body. We have like 80 million cells in our body. So if we have trillions of molecules in 1 drop of essential oil, do you think that kind of covers it? It covers all our cells, I think. At least I don't do math very well, so it's like, okay, if I write it all down, or if I get a calculator out, I can figure it out. But in my mind, I'm like, I just can't, that's a number that's just way out there in left field. But some of you might go, oh, I get that, right? So think about that 1 drop with trillions of molecules, and we have all these cells, these millions of cells in our body. So I think it covers it. And an essential oil can give you a response within 30 seconds. I know, crazy. I just heard a story yesterday about someone, and they're like, I felt better right away. It opened my airway up, and I could breathe better. My head didn't hurt. I'm like, yay! And that's just from smelling it. Okay. because when you open a bottle and smell, there's an evaporation process right there, but you can't see it. But those little molecules attach to your nose hair, which get into the olfactory, which gets into the bloodstream. 30 seconds. Keep that in mind. All right, so let's talk about what I do on a daily basis. First off, I'm going to talk to you about internal use. Internally, what are you doing? What are you eating? What are you taking as supplements? Because the number one thing that's really important for our bone health is omegas, your fatty acids, your omega-3s, okay? So what I use daily is a supplement. This is ZO omegas, okay? And these are patented supplements. This is not just a fish oil. They're actually marine and land-based omegas, and that's why they do so well for us. And another thing to look at when you're looking at a supplementation that says, okay, the recommended RDA is daily allowance, okay, is maybe it's 1,000 milligrams of something, and maybe on here it might be 500, okay? There's a difference, and the difference is that it's the concentration of the product. And maybe you don't need that synthetic that's been reproduced, right? And so what you're doing is you are looking for something that's 100% bioavailable. Your body will absorb your product that you're taking 100%. So I challenge you for anything that you're taking, and I don't care what it is, where it came from, I don't care if it's a prescription. Either use water or vinegar and see how long it takes for it to dissolve. And if it doesn't dissolve within 10 minutes, you're getting about that much out of your product that you're using. You're wasting your money. And then if it takes 20 minutes, maybe you're getting about that much. So really, are you getting your money's worth? No, you're not. So really think about that. But omegas will help protect your DHA, your EHA, everything, everything that your body is in need of to protect itself, to protect your cells. And so it's very important to get omegas, because when it comes to whether it's arthritis, whether it's joint support, it's always inflammation. Inflammation is what creates pain. And so what are we doing to reduce inflammation? Omegas are huge for that. Another one that I take daily is a Microplex BMZ. This is another product. This is our vitamins and minerals. And it's packed full of different vitamins and minerals and things. And I'll tell you what, this has also got like vitamin K. It's also got vitamin B, the different Bs, all the different Bs, B6, B12, biotin, calcium, magnesium is another thing for bone health, selenium, copper, and it's got manganese as well, plus other things in here, chromium. But there's something specific about this. I'm going to read you some other things that give you an idea of why this is important. And then the other one is this. This is our CRS, alpha CRS, which is another one which has got boswellia serrata in here, which is a frankincense. You also have milk thistle, which I know people out there, if you've heard of milk thistle, you know what it's for. Pomegranate, green tea leaf. You've got pineapple stem extract, not the fruit, the stem. Okay, there's a difference. So when you're looking at essential oils or certain parts of plants that have more potency or more chemical constituent that work better for our bodies for certain things, okay? So if you look at nature, nature is perfect in every way. So all essential oils are plant-based, unless you don't know where it comes from. It can also be synthetically reproduced and tell you it's 100% on the bottle. And 100% on the bottle can say it might have about 5% in that bottle that's a pure oil, but what's the rest of it? Especially if it says do not ingest or do not put on your skin. So if you think, why can you not put it on your skin? You should be able to put anything, any plant matter you should be able to put on your skin. Unless you have some really very sensitive skin, then you put it on the bottom of your feet. Because typically it's behind our neck, behind our ears, problem of concern, or where concern is, or the bottom of our feet is where we would place essential oils. And so this has also got turmeric root in here, grapeseed, pine bark extract, and sesame seed extract, and there's reasons why. I'm going to go through all these with you. Why? Now, doTERRA makes it super easy for us because for me, those get a little spendy. So when I buy it like this, when I'm a member, I get to purchase those 3 bottles in a box like this, and I get a bigger discount. And so these supplements have the best of the best in them. And when you're looking at what is all in there, you cannot find a better supplement out there on the market, especially when you look at something that's bioavailable. All right, so I have this really cool chart, and it's foods that fight disease. So this is what I take on a daily basis, the Lifelong Vitality, which is a lot of your plant-based foods and essential oils, okay, your herbs. But when we look at like rheumatoid arthritis or osteoporosis, what are the food groups we should be looking at? And so keep in mind what I just said about those 3 products. So rheumatoid arthritis should be a diet consisting of a lot of fruits and vegetables, okay? High proteins, rich in omega-3 fatty acids, so like ground flaxseed, ground or nuts, salmon, sardines, ginger, garlic, pineapple, and other berries, okay? So this is also our VMC, or not a VMC, sorry, is our alpha CRS. It's like, this is like our whole foods, okay? This is whole foods, and you would have to literally eat 2 or 3 quarts of blueberries to get the same value out of what's in the CRS, or excuse me, the VMC. All of those are anti-inflammatories, and really you should really think about avoiding different like caffeine. Caffeine is bad for you, okay? If you're drinking a lot of coffee, you gotta quit. If you're drinking a lot of soda, you gotta quit. I know that's hard for a lot of people, or even certain teas that have a lot of caffeine in them. So if you are suffering from those problems, you got to be your own advocate. There is not one single thing here that is going to help you overnight if you don't do the things that you should do for your body. You got to love your body. And if you're not doing things for it, you know, help it. You can't just, it's kind of like, oh, I got to lose weight. But then you go to the store and you buy pop, you buy all these donuts or baked goods or boxed stuff, and it's like, and you want to lose weight? Why are you doing that? You can't be doing that. That's not, you don't tempt yourself by taking it home thinking, I'm gonna have 1 piece and that's it. No, you can't do that. You just have to discipline yourself. Same with osteoporosis. You want a lot of calcium. So whether it's milk products, yogurt, and yogurt, oh my gosh, start looking at your labels, because if you're not looking at your labels, there again, a lot of people are like, I'm going to go on a diet, and they eat a lot of yogurt. Well, you know those yogurts, a lot of them have more sugar than a donut. So you really got to look and be a label reader. Cheese is another one, but then you got to look at what kind of cheese are you eating, okay? Did you know that anything already pre-shredded has a wood in there so that it doesn't clump together? Shred your own cheese. But also other calcium, sardines are another one. And no, we do not have sardines in our omegas. You can also look at vitamin K, which is why I pointed out that we have vitamin K in there, and which is also good for bone health on top of the magnesium. Turnips, spinach, anything with dark leafy greens. And there again, avoid soft drinks, okay? They rob your body of calcium. So if you're drinking a lot of pop, you're gonna have to figure out how you're going to get out of there. Get away from it, okay? Those are not good for you. You have to watch what you're eating. Now, we also have a product called Terra Greens. I didn't bring it here to the table with me, but it has your berries, your fibers, all your greens, like a lot of what I just talked about. So if you don't want to eat all those different things, think about Terra Greens and adding it to a smoothie, your water. Some people love it, some people don't. You could add it to whatever it is that you feel you want to add it to. Now for me, I've actually used it in like muffins or any kind of, when I'm baking something and I have my dry ingredients, I add that as part of my dry ingredients. It's just another way of getting more of what I need, okay? I know I shouldn't have a lot of bread, so that's another thing that I stay away from. I don't buy it because if I buy it, I'm the only one eating the goodies. That's not a good thing. All right, let's move on because this is going way farther than I need to. So think about the doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack. So when you're a member, you participate in a loyalty rewards program, and that they give you that for $79.50. You cannot go out there and buy an extremely good supplement for that. You can't. And yeah, we've done the math. It typically costs for what's in these products, it typically costs you anywhere from $250 on up. So another one I take every day to reduce inflammation is called Deep Blue Polyphenol. It's a complex that has all the anti-inflammatories in it. I'm not going to go into this really deep because we won't have the time for it. But another one that it has in here is frankincense is number one. You also get that green tea, you get the ginger, you get the pomegranate, which was over here, okay? So I'm doubling up on things, right? I don't take pills, I don't take aspirin, I don't take Advil, I don't take anything like that. This is my alternative, okay? Another alternative that I also use is Copaiba, or Copaiba, however way you want to say it. It comes in a soft gel like this, okay? Or you can get it in the oil. This is super good, super antioxidant, and it's a super anti-inflammatory. And I've learned that this, along with the Deep Blue, these two together work extremely well together for me, along with the supplements. Now, let's move on. Okay, so we've already discovered that frankincense is a huge key as an anti-inflammatory. So if you're looking up and wanting to know something, it's what are you addressing? So it's your inflammation, right? So nowadays, you can look up anything on your phone if you've got a smartphone and look up and go, hey Google, what can you use? What essential oils are good for as an anti-inflammatory? And you'll find them. Frankincense is number one, all right? So there's a lot of horse products out there on the shelf that have boswellia in there for joint support. Imagine that. I'm going to go to the source, which is frankincense itself. Okay. Now, another thing you can do is look for the products that are already pre-blended with anti-inflammatory stuff. I love the Immortelle. And the reason why I love the Immortelle is because it pretty much has all the anti-inflammatory oils, essential oils that I can use, not only on myself, but on my animals. It's safe for that. And again, number one in this product is frankincense. Imagine that. And it also has helichrysum, Hawaiian sandalwood, has lavender, myrrh, helichrysum, and it also has rose. And rose is really good for helping regenerate your nerves. Think about somebody that has neuropathy. Great stuff, okay? Another one that's a little bit different, so, and you can place these topically. These are not for internal use. So topically, and then another thing, one you can think about is CorrectX. This little tiny ointment is, when you're a member, is like 12 bucks, and it only takes a teeny tiny bit. So frankincense is something that's good for you, and and it also has the same ones of the Immortelle pretty much, except that it has cedarwood in here, and melaleuca. And so number one thing in here is frankincense as well. So if you need something quick, this is an easy ointment to place right over your knuckles, or where a lot of people would have issues over the joints. And this just might be the ticket and an easy application. Okay, and it's not going to, it should not make your skin sensitive. So there again, that's another thing. Make sure that you don't have sensitivity to any of these products, right? Test it first. Another one that's, so we have, there's a variety of essential oils that you can use to help and support for your joints. So if my knee is bothering me, I can just put it over topically. And I'll tell you, wintergreen and deep blue together, these two together work very well for most people, but not everyone, okay? It's a good blend because you still have the helichrysum in here, you have the wintergreen. And by the way, wintergreen in itself, or any product that has that warming sensation or cooling sensation, like icy hot, things like that, that's a menthol salicylate. Wintergreen is 90% number one compound, menthol salicylate. So go to the source where it's plant-based, natural instead of a synthetic, because that particular compound is the easiest and fastest to synthesize, to create it synthetically. That's why you have like wintergreen. Not only is it in those products for like the icy hots or for those kinds of issues, it's also in your foods, your candies. That's all synthetic. That's not true wintergreen. It's a synthetic, because wintergreen in itself, they say don't take internally. Okay, so why? That's my question to you. Why would you not be able to take this internally, but we can synthesize it and put it in everything and consume it? Good question, right? But we do not teach you to use this internally. That's why it's got a childproof cap on here. You have to push down and turn because it tastes good and kids like it. Same with deep blue. It's got wintergreen in there and peppermint. Smells really good, right? And blue tansy, but it's got a childproof cap too. You could use rosemary. You can use marjoram. Those are both very good for support on different areas that you might have some inflammation going on in the joints. And you can actually put these in like your own roller bottle and add a carrier oil like fractionated coconut oil. Side note, we like that best because it has small molecules and it soaks into the skin very quickly, and it has no odor, and it doesn't stain your clothes. Whereas a lot of other oils can stain your clothes, and they have bigger molecules that cannot soak into the skin very well, like olive oil or vegetable oil, those kinds of things. But you could use them if that's all you have, okay? Rosemary, same thing. Helichrysum, we've already talked about helichrysum. Oh my gosh, this is the bone knitter, I'll tell you. If you've got bone issues, helichrysum's the one to get to. But what a lot of athletes like to use is a combination of lemongrass, Aroma Touch, which is a blend for circulation, and we've talked about that in the past, and then Deep Blue. So these three together, layered over your joint that's having the discomfort. What you can put those in a roller blend for yourself, but here's what I will say. One, if you can find something that's already pre-blended scientifically that you can use that helps with whatever you're looking for or trying to use for, that's the best thing. If you can layer it using one at a time, that is your best benefit. And the reason why is because every single essential oil has its own signature. And so you will get 100% of what that product is supposed to do for you, that essential oil, if you layer one at a time. Because it's that harmony of symphony of your cells, okay? And so you get 100% of what that essential oil is supposed to do for you by layering like that. And again, I'm going to say there are many athletes that do this, and it works very well for them. There is also, I don't have it here, but there is also a Deep Blue rub. It's a cream, like a lotion. I take that everywhere I go because I never know when my back is going to give me the fits. And so I can put that on there, and within seconds, I feel better, and I don't have those muscle spasms. And I do know people that have muscle spasms, and they use that all the time. And I don't have the turmeric here, but we've talked about it, and it's in the supplements. Turmeric is, most of us know what turmeric is for, and we actually have that in a single oil now. Black pepper is another one that is helps with the anti-cannabinoid system, which is actually 21% to your anti-cannabinoid system, okay? Which meaning that particular system, black pepper can greatly reduce the inflammation that's going on in your body, and it helps with circulation. Basil and the rosemary. Basil I don't have here, but we've talked about rosemary. And that also helps improve circulation as well. It's kind of like rosemary is like a steroid. So if you've been on a steroid, rosemary, that's what it's like. Now, rosemary is one of those too that if you have low blood pressure, please don't use rosemary, because rosemary can be helpful for bringing your blood pressure down a little bit. So there's a lot of things. There are, you could use juniper berry. There's many different protocols out there that you can utilize, different recipes that you could use. But the main thing for me is the supplements and that Deep Blue polyphenol and the copaiba. That is something that I use every single day to reduce the discomfort that I have in my spine. I'm never going to get better unless I keep waiting that sooner or later they're going to perfect they're going to be able to replace spines, perfectionists, but I'm probably going to be too old by that time. And so I'm like, I probably won't get there, but it would be nice. It's a nice idea, right? They can do other things. Why can't they do that? I guess we have to realize that we can't play God all the time, right? But I keep watching these shows going, well, they can do it on that show. Why can't they do it in real life, right? But anyhow, when we're looking at whatever we're doing, we have to start looking at the internal, what we're doing internally first. We can apply things all day long on our skin that will help in reducing inflammation, but what else are we doing to help reduce that inflammation? What are we eating? What are we not eating? What are we drinking? What are we not drinking? How much water are you drinking every day? How many fruits and vegetables? I mean, most of us, I would guess that probably 90% of the population do not eat properly. okay? Meaning that they don't eat enough fruits and vegetables, and they don't eat enough leafy dark greens. And so because of that, we're deficient in the protection of our cells. And so what are you going to do to create something better? What are you going to do that will help protect your body and help protect your cells, help protect all the systems that are in place? That is why I like doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack, because it gives me everything that I need that I'm missing every day in my daily life, because life gets busy. We don't sit down, or maybe you're a single person, maybe you've got this huge family, who knows? But sometimes what happens is we just don't create what we should be doing. And meaning that if you've got a busy life and you've got a lot of children, maybe they're in their teens and they're all going different places, different times. And so sitting down at a good meal is just not the choice, right? So instead, you're out there eating McDonald's, Burger King, not to put those places down, but you're not going to get the nutrition that your body needs. Far from it. So limit yourself on what you do outside your home. What are you eating on a daily basis that you really shouldn't be eating on a daily basis? And are you trying to lose weight? Are you trying to reduce inflammation? Really think about what it is that you're taking and putting in your mouth every single day. That's an important part. So, you know, I hope you get some value out of this, because I want people to understand that you can't just put something on you, expect that to be the number one. Oh, it will help, but you really have to be your own advocate, and you really have to watch what you're putting in your body every single day. If you've got sore muscles, soak in the bathtub and put your essential oils in the bathtub. Okay, but make sure you put at least a tablespoon or so, or a quarter cup of Epsom salts in the bathtub with you. You'll be amazed how much better you're going to feel afterwards. You know, and I actually did that one time with a granddaughter who's like all over the map. She was quite a bit younger. And this is when I first got started in my journey with using essential oils. And she wanted to take a bath. So we went, okay, you can take a bath. So we put we put lavender, or I should say my husband put lavender in her water. And then I could smell it clear down the hallway. And I'm like, how many drops of lavender did you put in there? And he goes, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4. And I'm like, oh. So she gets out of the bathtub, and we'd already promised her ice cream for the evening. And she gets out of the bathtub and says, and we asked, well, are you ready for your ice cream? She says, no, I think I just want to go to bed. Wait, what? You want to go to bed? You don't want your ice cream? No, I'm tired. And we're like, okay, that's never happened before. And she was probably about 8 at the time, 9, and quite young, and, you know, just lots of energy. And we're just both looking at each other like, did we just really hear that? Maybe we're going to do that more often. Anyway, so she went to bed. We didn't make her, she didn't want her ice cream. I was like, that was a first. But anyhow, think about what you want and think about what you're doing and enjoy. And if someone has shared this video with you, ask them how you can get the best price possible and incorporate these into a lifestyle change. And I'll tell you, it really is a lifestyle change, because it changed my life forever. And I can't ever see my world without essential oils, because I use them on myself. I use them on my grandkids. I use them on my dogs, my cats, my chickens, my horses, everything. And it's like, it's grateful. I'm blessed, and it's grateful that I know a whole lot of things. And I'm humbled when someone asks me, what would you do for such and such? Because we've been trying for 2 weeks and nothing's happened, nothing's worked. And so I give them a suggestion, they call me back or let me know 2 days later that, oh my gosh, what a difference it has made. And I'm like, yes, that is why I get up every day. That is what I want to do for anybody that asks, because there are solutions and there can be some super simple solutions out there. So you guys have a great day. Enjoy your day. And I know a lot of places on the Northwest coast, we are going to be hot this week, so be careful. And if you want to, make yourself a mist with peppermint in it, water and peppermint only, and do a spray down. And I'll tell you what, that will help your body cool down. So there's my tip for the week of those of you that are going to be too hot. Excuse me. So you guys have a great week. Enjoy yourselves, and we will see you next week, same place, same time. Talk to you soon.